Hey guys, it's your girl Victoria back to you with another review for The Love Experiment Season 1, Episode 2, called The Hall Reopens. And that's exactly what done happened because we picked up where we left off last week with Tamara not knowing if she's going to choose Mike to see him another day or if she's going to say goodbye so she could go back to the hall. And just as the title of this episode, she sends Mike goodbye. So I'm very confused why I saw him in the previews for the season. But maybe that was just from him from the first episode, I guess. I don't know. But she sends him packing so her and both of her friends could go back to the hall. So now, since a couple guys done left, they bring, for the most part, brand new men, except for Ryan. He's still there. Okay, so he might as well just have stayed in the hall, but he walked back in with all the other fellas and whatnot, and we're back to picking out new men. But instead of last time they chose 3, they can only choose 1 more to add to their already 2 left from the mixer and whatnot. So obviously they read the men's profiles, see what they got going on, and Tamara chooses Ryan because it's like she was feeling him from the first time they was in the hall, and the fact that he's there again, she feels like it's a sign from God. I don't understand why she thought it was a sign from God, but she chooses him, and I'm like, okay, because in my heart, I was like, give Ryan a chance. He seems like a nice guy, and since that was out of her element of what she usually chooses, I'm like, yeah, give him a shot. See what someone out of your spectrum is like, So obviously she don't discriminate, but at the same time, we see she kind of, low-key, high-key got a type. But listen, I ain't mad at it. And then we get Mara. She chooses Yannick. He seemed like a nice, young, tall, dark chocolate, professional. So we'll see how that works. And Paige, she chooses Preston. And I keep looking at Preston. I'm just like, this guy looks familiar. I don't know why. Not literally the guy Preston, but he gives me the same type of like look and energy vibe of probably somebody I know down here. So he seems like he's a cool guy, he'll be maybe good to her or whatnot. But to me, he just seems like a guy that would be like a very good homeboy for my case. But okay, cool. Everybody seems like they look good, dressed well. There was one guy in the hall that he looked like he had like a Letterman's jacket on and stuff. I'm like, bro, you coming to meet these women. Everybody else dressed all nice and, in their best outfits, tailored suits and whatnot. And you coming in with a Letterman jacket and stuff. That's like me trying to go to the hall like roles were reversed and those 3 men coming to look at ladies. And I went dressed like this in like my pickle shirt that I got from TikTok. You think all the other females are dressed up to par, got their makeup done and whatnot, in their dresses and stuff, and I come in with a pickle t-shirt? You think they're gonna choose me? Probably not. So he probably just there just to be there. He's probably a fill-in from the camera crew or something. But to me, I'm just like, you could at least dressed up a little bit. But that probably told you all you need to know about him because he didn't get chosen. So anyway, after that, we have the girls that are chilling out on one of the girls' beds and whatnot. And looks like Paige and Mars, they start getting text messages from their men, the new one and the old ones. And Tamara was feeling some type of way because she was not getting no type of text message. So, she was to the point where she was even thinking about letting Ryan go. I'm like, girl, please stop being dramatic, please. Because they didn't text you. I'm sure you could have texted them too. I understand y'all deprived. I get it. But at the same time, I'm not going to write somebody off because they didn't text me just because they texted the other ones. I understand feeling some type of way. I get it because I would be like, dang. Nobody texts me. But the producers probably done told somebody to text her, so she won't feel bad. And I think it was Jamal who texted her, so she was feeling okay again. And then I guess they get the text message saying, okay, would you like the men to come over for a little mixer at the house, at their little sleeping headquarters, whatever. So they said yes. So the men come over and going back to Kenny, he just chilling on the couch once again. So of course Tamara's looking at him. She's letting us know in the confessional that like she really is feeling Kenny. But at the same time, he keep doing the same thing. So she's asking him like, are you an introvert or something? Excuse me, I don't know why I feel like I don't even drink soda. Anyway, so she's asking like, are you an introvert? He's saying, no, I'm just letting you do you. I'm letting you mingle with the other guys and whatnot. And pretty much he lets us know in the confessional like he ain't no kiss ass like all these other guys here. So he just gonna let her do what she gotta do, let her mingle with everybody. So for me, I wrote in my comments, I'm like, I feel like Kenny's out of his element because, obviously he gotta compete for a woman's love, and I guess he's not used to doing that. So it's just like he kind of feeling not left out, so to speak, but just uncomfortable. Like he's outside his own box type of thing. So I'm just like, I get it, but at the same time, like, this is a competition show, so you can't just be sitting down doing nothing. Like these type of shows, they want you to be trying to fight for somebody's love to bring attention. But at the same time, I feel like he's playing a game with her too. I feel like he's purposely singling himself out so that way she could notice him, and so she could be like, oh, he ain't pressed about me, so maybe I should go see what's going on with him. So because some people do that reverse psychology. So I feel like that was a little bit to it too. But another aspect, like, yeah, he's probably uncomfortable or whatever. So Mars calls Kenny out when everybody's chilling about him, not really giving time to Tamara when all the other guys are giving her time and giving, the other girls time. So he just, explains the fact that, well, she didn't choose me to go on a date or whatnot. And so everybody's just like, what the heck? So I guess it ends up being Tamara and Kenny going back and forth to the point he's just like, let's not forget what the chronological orders of events, homegirl. And then he's like, what do you say? He said, come on, sis. So I guess that's something, maybe a trigger for Tamara and all the other girls, because then it goes to commercial for dramatic effect, comes back from commercial for dramatic effect, and she's offended. And, I had to put myself in her shoes. I had to see, would I feel some type of way if somebody said that? I mean, I've been called worse, but I mean, I guess in a group of people, yeah, it can come off like embarrassing. And so I can understand for her being offended. I mean, to me, it's not necessarily him saying, come on, sis. I think it's just for the environment. The fact that it's like, I chose you out of all the other guys in the hall, and you're talking to me like this in front of everybody and on camera on national TV. I can understand her being like, bro, what are you, like, where are you coming from with this? But I mean, he's still there by the end of this episode. So, I mean, if she wasn't too offended, you know what I'm saying? But they end up going outside to talk. And pretty much, like I said before, he's kind of implying he don't want to kiss her ass, but he does want to get to know her. And I'm like, okay, I can understand not wanting to kiss her ass, but at the same time, you got to show some effort, homeboy. Like, you got to show like you want to get to know her, because you're not showing anything. You're just sitting to yourself, drinking, and isolating yourself from everybody else. So you got to do better than that. Anyway, I guess you're going to give him a chance, because I guess from day one, he's been the main one she'd be looking at, even though she didn't choose him to go on the first date. And I guess he'd been feeling some type of way ever since, because, like, I guess the moment the girls walked in, his eyes immediately was on her and it was on nobody else. And, he was happy that she chose him, but wasn't happy that she didn't choose him for the solo date. So, he and his little feelings, a little bit, his ego hurt. So I guess it's showcasing in his actions, but his actions was the same before she even chose a solo date. So I don't know what he's talking about. Anyway, so we get back to the mixer, everybody mixing and drinking and chilling. And Terrell, he drunk. Okay, he brought in the Henny, and the Henny was already more than halfway done. And, he probably drank that all by himself and probably finished off the bottle by himself. So, he a little loose, and Mars wasn't really feeling it. He was all laying up on her, trying to sniff her armpits and stuff. I don't think he was technically trying to sniff her armpits, but it kind of gave off the vibes like he was sniffing her armpits and saying she smelled good type of thing. But, Mars wasn't really feeling that, because she don't like no loosey-goosey type thing, especially, like, she just starting to get to know you. She don't even know really much about you. So this is not really good impressions on her, even though she already met you before, but not to the point where it's like, okay, she know how you are. So not good on his part. But we then get to, I guess they get text messages where they're going to go on a marathon date the next day. So they're going to go on solo dates with all the men they chose. Okay, cool. So Mary comes to sit down with the ladies to give them advice for their one-on-ones with the guys tomorrow. And then we get to the marathon of dates. Now, I'm not going to go through each date that each woman had, but I'll just say the couple of things that, came of interest or was interesting to me. So with Tamara's date with Ryan, come to find out, she asked him about kids. She wants kids. He says it's not necessarily a no, but it's not necessarily a yes. Because for him, I guess he doesn't really see it. But I'm just like, okay, that's not a good enough answer. Either you want kids or you don't. I really don't understand. I mean, I get it for society. Everybody wants people to have kids. But if you don't want kids, just say you don't want kids. Because there's no point of saying, okay, we'll see how time goes, and then you end up breaking someone else's heart because they wanted kids and you wasn't sure, and then you just tell them you don't want kids. So now it's like, what a waste of a relationship. Or on the other aspect, you do end up having kids for them, and then you really deep down didn't want kids. So now it's like you brought a kid into this world that you really didn't want. So it's like you're unhappy. So it's just like, it's not the best for anybody. For the most part, either you do want kids or you don't want kids. I understand it's never the right timing, because especially with this economy and the way society is and the corruption of the world, it's something to think about for, like, okay, do I want to bring kids into this damn world? But at the same time, if that's really in your heart, you're gonna have kids, okay? And if you don't want kids, don't bring them into the world. Don't even try to conversate with people who want kids, like in relationship wise, because it's just not gonna work out. It's always gonna be something. Look at a lot of people nowadays. They get married and then after years they end up divorcing because one wanted kids and the other person didn't, and it's just like a waste of time. So I know some people are kind of like 50-50, they don't know, but for the most part, deep down, you're leaning towards one or the other. So Ryan don't want no kids, okay? He trying to sugarcoat it, go around the bush, but he don't want no kids. And Tamara wants kids. So Tamara, you just need to eliminate him, let him go. Okay, so then we get to, I forgot his name, but he went on a date with Paige, to an acrobat type of thing, and coming to find out he's a virgin. Paige was kind of like, oh, like, that's interesting. Now, in today's day and age, yes, that's interesting, but kudos to you that you're a virgin and you're not trying to have sex until marriage. Good for you, and I hope the right woman comes in your life and appreciates you for that, and you could be with them. Paige, I don't think that she's the one for you, but he does seem like he's going to try to fight for her love, because he made her a painting that said PSA. I believe she told us what that meant before, but, she did get teary-eyed and cried about it. And then, that's it, but he's just a virgin. That's all I wanted to let y'all know about. And she went on a date with Preston. It looks like they had very good vibes, very good chemistry. Looking like they could be the best of friends, and if it turns to lovers, it could be cool. But they just give me friends vibes from their interactions. Maybe because it was the atmosphere of them at a football game, so maybe that's why too. And then the last one, it was, I don't remember the guy's name, but they ended up having a nightcap. She was like, can you stay the night? I guess it was his birthday. So he said, yeah, I wouldn't want to be anywhere else. So he's going to stay the night, and I can only imagine what they done did, So I guess because the other guy said he a virgin, so she's like, I might as well get all my licks in the time being if I do choose him or whatnot, I don't know. And for Tamara, her second date, who was her second date with? Jamal. I guess she's kind of feeling some type of way, because when she was asking about his past relationships, coming to find out he did cheat on his ex before, but he's grown and learned from that, so he would never do it again. Okay, you can be saying that, Jamal, but actions speak louder than words. So you could tell me all you want, but I'm just gonna have to. If she does choose him, she just gonna have to find out herself. So hopefully he's telling the truth, but only time will tell. Nothing else to take from that. And then her third date with Kenny. I guess they talked more, and I guess they kind of squashed all the beef. He did apologize for calling her sis, and I guess they're going to have a clean slate. So we're going to see how that works out, because in the end, she told us in a confessional that something just doesn't feel right about Kenny. Tamara, you know why something don't feel right about Kenny. Kenny, you know how, what's his name? Jamal was saying he was a certified lover boy. Kenny is a certified F-boy, okay? F-boy vibes from the moment you walked in, from the moment he walked in the hall. I was like, oh, he's giving one of those type of F-boy guys. You know which ones I'm talking about. The white man who be coming in like all swagged out and stuff with the beard and stuff. It's like they're white on the outside, but they're not white on the inside, if you catch my drift. And listen, not saying they all like that, but certified F-boy. Kenny's an F-boy, Tamara, okay? He probably give good D, but other than that, ain't really nothing much you can go far with this man. I ain't trying to talk crap about him, no shade, no shade. But Kenny ain't shit. Okay, let's keep it real. Let's keep it 100. Okay, Kenny is a very questionable man. Seems like a very problematic man. Seems like he could be in a very toxic relationship type of man. I mean, you already see how he was acting these first 2 episodes, so it's probably not gonna work out for a long time. He's there for a good time, not a long time. So Tamara, with Kenny, if I were you, I would just let you. Listen. If I were you, Tamara, I would just go catch my nut and leave. Okay, because after that, I don't feel like he's a good prospect for you. Okay, neither is Ryan. Okay, he don't want no kids, but maybe it'll be nice to jump in the sheets. I mean, it seems like y'all just here for a good time, not a long time anyway. Y'all want love, but it seems like y'all be quick to toss a man to the water so you can go back to the hall, because y'all, the hall got y'all in a chokehold. All the females. Y'all so quick to, last week in the beginning of this episode to be like, okay, I gotta let you go because y'all want to keep finding men. But at the same time, a little side note, at the same time, if you feel like you feeling a connection, pursue it. Don't be like, oh, there might be something better out there, because if you keep thinking, having that mindset, you're going to keep looking and never find nothing, because you're going to be looking for something perfect when nobody's perfect, not even yourself. So I'm, just giving you my little thoughts and advice, but I ain't Marty or whatever her name is, so y'all not going to listen to me. So anywho, just proceed with caution with Kenny, Tamara, but if I were you, like I said, just do what you got to do in the bed and let it be that. And then with Mars, she has her first date with Chuck. It goes well. She was a little apprehensive because he does have a 2-year-old daughter, because she didn't really want no man with kids. And I feel you, girl. That was a deal break for me. I said, I don't want no man with no kids. I'm sorry. I don't got no kids, so I don't want you to have kids. If it was, if it's meant to be, it will be, but, that's a little bit of stipulation. Is it a deal breaker? The older I get, it was like, not really necessarily a deal breaker, but it will be a very good plus if you don't have kids. I'm just saying. So I understand exactly where she's coming from. And so I think that's really the only thing she has that she's apprehensive about with Chuck. Other than that, she loves him. He has a great smile. And then her second date was with Terrell. Was it with Terrell? No, her third date was with Terrell. So her second date, I'm forgetting these guys' names. Was with I wrote it down. Hold on. Yannick. He's not Yannick. Yannick. It seems to go well. They seem to have a good time. And then her third date was with Terrell. They talked, and it seemed like because he's a drinker. Okay, let's keep it real. He's a drinker. She wasn't really feeling that he was drunk, and he apologized and wish she could have done it better, differently. But at the same time, you showed your true colors, Terrell. You seem like you do this on a weekly basis, on a weekend basis. Friday night, you with the fellas, you at the club drinking on some Henny. So if that's you, that's you. There ain't nothing wrong with that, But Mars ain't really trying to be with homeboy like with all of that mess. So it just seems like it's not gonna work out. I mean, I don't know. They know better than me, but I guess only time will tell. I mean, this is only the second episode, so we're going to see how it works out for the rest of the season. I said I was going to go through all the dates, but I really kind of just went through all the dates. So that was the end of the episode. Like I said, I like this. It's a quick watch, and I like it because it's lighthearted and don't seem too serious, because these girls don't really seem serious about these men. So I'm digging it. So if you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. If you laughed at least once, please subscribe. If you didn't laugh, come back next week. Hopefully I can make you laugh, so you can subscribe. Comment down below what you thought about this episode. Be easy breezy, lemon squeezy, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.